He said, Mama, I wanted to just let you know I was so proud of him. He was at the top of the scoreboard. First five. Well done, Mama. Good job. Mama, he said, so I just wanted to brag on you. Okay. Who just came in? Who did I miss? Where's how are you? Okay. Where's Kimberly? Kimberly, how are you? Why that face? Okay, who else did I miss already? Alright, so Anu, how are you? Did I call you before? I guess I love your name so much, right? And who else did I miss? Nobody, and somebody just walking fast. Your legs, so just go get that seat right there. Gerald and Geraldine, just quickly sit down. Alright, so who can tell me what we learned the first day? Yes, Sophia, my girl, you have your notes? Did you forget it?
Yeah.
Oh, why today?
But I remember.
Okay, stand up and answer.
Okay, we talked about who can do just everyone. We also talked about attributes of the leader.
And what are the attributes? David? What are the attributes? Can you do a cheat sheet, by the way?
Guiding and inspiring, taking initiative, decision-making, empowering others, effective communication, integrity and ethics, self-awareness, and relationship building. Excellent. Who else wants to add to day one? David? Who else wants to add to day one? Who? Anybody? What about day two? All right, getting up. You want to get up? Thank you.
Well, we talked about how we can overcome challenges and difficulties as a leader. The difference between the word challenges and the difference between the word difficulties.
So what is the difference?
Well, challenges are obstacles and tasks and duties that require one to put in more effort, skill, and determination, and you come out a better person after overcoming it. Difficulties are problems and hardships or struggles that make something hard to do or handle.
Excellent. What else?
We learned about the common challenges we face and like how we
what are they?
Educational and career pressure, unemployment and financial struggles, mental health and stress, peer pressure and social expectations, family and relationship issues.
Awesome.
We talked about how you can overcome these challenges, as well as all except the fifth one. One is setting a goal and staying focused. Two is building resilience and adaptability. Three is seeking mentorship and guidance. And four is developing financial literacy and independence.
Excellent. Great job. Who else wants to add today too? Who else wants to add something? Just what she said. All right, day three. Not you again. Somebody else? Yes, Kimberly.
Both you talked about
Get up. Be confidence. Awesome.
we talked about the mental health of a leader, and we talked about like empathy and how like to be a good leader you have to be able to like empathize with your followers.
And how do you take care of your mental health as a leader? Think about that one. All right, Jenica. Then I'll come to you, Anu. You want to do last? Okay, Anu.
To add to what she said, you need to like, a leader has to have like a good attitude because a leader is going to see people around them. And for like how a leader can feel their mental health is like first acknowledging that there's a problem with mental health, then maybe get help from professionals or other people to help them, and like basically and having schedules so you don't burn out.
Excellent. Good job. All right, Jenica.
We talked about what is mental health, and we established that mental health is our state of mind. We also talked about what is leadership and what it means to be a leader. We compared good versus poor mental health, and we did activities to evaluate our mental health.
So what is the difference between good and poor mental health?
Good mental health is being generally able to think, feel and act in the way that promotes optimal living and functioning. And then poor mental health is frequently having bad thoughts, intense feeling of sadness or worry, impossible to cope with life situations. We also talked about the importance of mental health in the leader and why it's important that a leader should have good mental health. We talked about
why is it important?
Why is it important? Well, prioritizing mental health well-being is crucial for effective leadership and high-pressure environments. Investing in mental health fosters a positive team and culture, and implementing proactive strategies can significantly enhance a leader's mental health and resilience, and ability to bounce back. We also talked about why leaders with strong mental health are better. They're better equipped to handle stress, communicate effectively, and etc. We talked about why leaders' mental health is important. Different strategies to maintain your mental health and to check in with yourself. We talked about self-care, and we also talked about spiritual strategies, and last we did an activity on empathy.
So what are the strategies?
The strategies that I got were self-awareness. Leaders must stay vigilant about the signs of mental health fatigue in themselves and their team. And then we talked about some indicators like lack of concentration, drop in performance, irritability, withdrawal from social interactions, and etc. Strategy to balance work life, creating a sustainable rhythm where work and personal support for each other. Self-care, you can do deep breathing, exercise, nutrients, physical exercise, setting boundaries and time management, taking time off to recharge, and overall well-being, saying no when necessary, and keeping positive social relationships.
Good job. Awesome. Then you can get some seats here. You can sit at the back. Get seats here.
I can take my back.
Yep, get seats here. Let's love the seats. Awesome, awesome. And yesterday, I know we already did the Kahoot, but anybody yesterday? Yes, Ude. Ude or Kamsi? Kamsi, I get a Kamsi.
We talked about emotion, intelligence. Emotional intelligence is like similar to emotional
Let me speak. You can hear only when you're ready. Let me speak. How can you be emotionally intelligent? And what are they? Can you remember?
For low emotional intelligence, it's mainly arguments for high emotional intelligence, it's harder.
Important things, okay?
It's harder than emotions to the team.
Okay. Excellent. Good job. All right. Who else wants to add before getting to? Yes, Sophia?
We also talked about the difference between emotional quotient and intelligence quotient.
And what is the difference?
Like emotional quotient is like with emotions, whereas intelligent is like being like book smart.
Smart. Okay. Excellent. Who else wants to add? Connection? Were you raising your hand? No, Isabel, right? Isabel. Okay. All right. Who else wants to add? Chikweze. All right. And what was the comparison? I know she mentioned something, but do you want to add to it?
good connections and relationship wise, rather than just logical.
Excellent. Awesome. Who else wants to arch? You guys, so, Ginika? All right. Ginika?
I didn't get too much more from this because we did end up going really fast. I have to create songs to take future notes.
Excellent.
We talked about the meaning of emotional intelligence, and we talked about
What is the meaning?
emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions in a positive way to relieve stress, communicate properly, empathize with others, and overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. We talked about the 6 basic emotions: sadness, fear, anger, happiness, surprise, and disgust. We talked about intelligent quotient versus emotional quotient. Intelligent quotient is being able to concentrate, having good comprehension skills, analytical skills, multi-talented, manly, and focused, while emotional quotient focuses on self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, social skills, and perseverance. Emotional intelligence defined in 5 attributes. We talk about self-awareness, being able to recognize your own emotions and the effect that your actions and moods have on others. Self-management, knowing how to handle yourself. Social awareness, taking the emotion you identify and build bridges with those in your life. Relationship management, reading other people's emotions and motivation that you're inspired to accomplish goals. We talked about the importance of emotional intelligence. We said that it affects performance in schoolwork, it affects your physical health, your mental health, it affects your relationship, and it also affects your social life too, your social intelligence. And that's all I wrote down.
All right. Great job. Excellent. Good work. So today we are going to be looking at the habits of highly effective leaders. And the instructor for today is Mr. Frank Barton. All right, so get your notes ready to write. I'm sure he has a lot to teach us today. So let's welcome Mr. Barton. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself. Mr. Barton?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Blessing. And I want to welcome all of you to this session of the youth program. And as Dr. Blessing said, my name is Frank Watton, and today I'll be speaking to you on the 7 habits of highly effective leaders. And you guys have learned so much already throughout the week. We've already covered what leadership means. You've covered topics on mental health. You've covered topics on emotional intelligence. And today, with these habits, you'll be able to bring everything that you've learned throughout the week together. So because of time, we won't be able to introduce ourselves. I mean, I'm supposed to let you guys introduce yourselves, but because of time. So what I will do is that as we proceed, I will get to know you by your names. Maybe you will answer a question and mention your name before. So we'll go to the next slide, and then we will look at the agenda for the day, and then I'll talk about myself a little bit. All right, so this is the agenda for the day. We'll talk about my career journey. We'll talk about the 7 habits, the main reason why we gathered here. And now, if I say something and you don't understand, you can just raise your hand and then I will repeat, because I know I speak differently and we are all different people, right? So we in coming together we create better things because we are all different. So next slide. Okay, so my career journey. I was born in Ghana. Ghana is a country in Africa, the west of Africa, to be precise. And I had my high school in Ghana, and I had my bachelor's degree. So that was a 4-year degree in the university where I studied geomatic engineering. And this was between 2010 and 2014. And then after I worked in Ghana, I worked in construction, I worked in the mining, and then I went to Germany to to do my master's degree, which was a 2-year master's degree program. And then in between, so before going to Ghana, I also obtained a safety course, which was given or which was administered by an institution in the UK. So in Germany, I did my master's in sustainable mining and remediation. And then I also have some professional development certifications. And now I work with a provincial organization called WorkSafe BC. They used to call them Workers' Compensation Board. So it's an agency that makes sure that all the workers in British Columbia, over 300,000 workers, we make sure that every worker goes home safely. So how do we do that? We make sure that employers are taking care of their workers properly in terms of safety. And I know most of you are young now, you are not working. So soon you're going to step up and go to maybe university or do whatever you have to do. And you might have to take a side job, or you might have to do something to fend or to get some monies. And our job, or the agency I work with, or WorkSafe BC, what we do is that we make sure that the employer that you will be working with will take good care of you in terms of your safety. Do you understand? Okay, so that's just a little bit about me. And any questions for now? Does anybody have a question? Okay.
What's Scrum Master?
Okay, so Scrum Master is a project management certification, right? So I didn't talk about the professional development certifications I have. I have a professional project management certification. So it certifies me to be a project manager on any project. And the Scrum Master is also what allows me to be the project manager in IT, or in information technology. So that's just about it. Any question? Okay, so enough about myself. Let's delve into today's topic. And I have something here that I want someone to share quickly for everybody. So,
Sure.
Oh, you want to do that quickly? Share one photo.
You want one person or you want two people? Sorry, you want to go home? So that I can make it faster. Yeah.
He looks like to share.
We have some people coming too.
It's on this page, the principle of choice, principle of purpose. It's all in there. Troy, you got it right here.
Maybe we should just share. Maybe I can share something.
Yeah, don't go on. Since you don't need it now, gradually.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. you guys can come over, let me share. Don't worry, Brandon can answer it.
Okay, so James, I need you to continue. Okay. Now can we continue for the sake of time? Yeah. Okay, so what you now have, now this is a summary of all the 7 habits we'll be talking about today. And if you look at it, it names the habit and then it names something called common paradigm. And then it talks about the effective practices. So we are going to explain some of the words for you to understand. So now you can look at me. Don't look at it too much. So we will talk about the foundations of the 7 habits. And we said we are dealing with 7 habits of highly effective leaders. Now, who understands the word effective? When we say someone is effective, what does it mean? Quickly, don't be shy. I know you guys are very courageous and bold, and you've learned so much. Who understands the word effective? When we say effectiveness, what does it mean? Okay, your name and then you tell me.
My name is
Jenica. Okay. So what does effective mean?
Effective means that basically it works well and it shows like student success.
Brilliant. Okay, so she said effective means that it works well and repeated success. That's a very good definition. So now, when we say something is effective, or effectiveness means that you are getting the results that you want today in a certain way in order to even get better results in the future. Do you understand? So that is how effective means. And then there's also another word that will run through the session that I want us to talk about. So that is the word paradigm. Now, it sounds like a big word, but when we say paradigm, paradigm simply means the lens through which you see the world. Now, our brother here, he's wearing spectacles, right? So that he can see. If I should take his spectacles right now, I won't be able to see. And she's also wearing spectacles so that she can see. And we all see things differently. So that is just the definition of paradigm. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine seeing someone sitting at the bus stop, right? Looking down on their phone. And you are walking by. You're probably going to interpret it differently than how everybody is going to interpret. You probably see this person as responding to a message on the phone. Another person will see this guy as maybe tired and is just relaxing. So the world is such that we all see things differently. And that is what paradigm means. And then, so when we say paradigm, it's not a fixed thing. You can always change paradigm. That is, you can always change the way you see things. Do you understand? Any questions so far? You can always change paradigm. And you can always change the way you see things. So that's the meaning of the word paradigm. Am I going too fast? Okay, you have a question. Yes, you can say perspective. You can say perspective. You can say perspective because it's the lens through which we see things, and we all see things differently, isn't it? So that is paradigm. So now that's the foundation of today's course, and we're going to go habit by habit. So next slide. Now the first habit is be proactive. The first habit of an effective leader is to be proactive. Who knows the opposite word of proactive? Yes? Can we clap for her? Okay, so if you are not proactive, then you are reactive. So now, if you look at your sheet, we have what proactive means. So proactive means that you are responding to things intentionally right? And you are focusing on the things that you can influence. That is someone who is proactive. And as an effective leader, you have to be proactive. So now we talk about the common paradigm. I've explained paradigm to you as what? How we see the world, isn't it? So the common paradigm is that people will say, oh, this is just the way things are, right? And there's not much I can do. This is just the way things are. I'm not good at mathematics. This is just the way things are. I'm not good at sports, or I'm not good at English, or this is how things are. And that's the common paradigm. That's how the common people see things, But if you want to be an effective leader, you have to see things this way. And it says, I have the power to choose my response. So that is how effective leaders, as an effective leader, that is how you must think. You must not think like the common people who say this is how things are. No. We are trying to be proactive, and we're going to talk about the practices, the things that we will do over time. Now, everything I'm telling you is not a one-time thing, right? Because they say practice makes perfect. So these are the practices. That's why I printed this for you, because you're going to take this home, and you're going to look into this over time. You're always going to have this with you. So the common practices that will help you to be proactive is what? Number one is pause. Number one is pause and respond. And number two is focus on your circle of influence. And number three is that you use proactive language. So we're going to talk about all these practices for habit one before we move to habit two. So now, when we say pause and respond, as a proactive person, you don't want to just react to things. Let's say someone says something bad at you in school. I know, naturally, when something hits our brain, there's something called stimulus, right? And the natural response is that you're going to react. But no, as an effective person, when someone says something to you that is hurting, you have to take a step back and choose your response. That is what proactiveness means. You are choosing how you respond to things. You don't just go with the flow, or you don't just say, this is how I am. As for me, if you say my head is big, I'm going to come at you, I'm going to rip your shirt, we're going to fight. This is how I am. No, that is being reactive. You have to be proactive. Proactive means you choose your response. And there are certain ways in which you can practice how to pause and respond. And one of the common ways is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness means that being aware of your thoughts. Being aware of your thoughts. So now, even as kids, sometimes our parents will say things that makes us angry. You don't have to react. You have to choose your response. Sometimes it could be your siblings, it could be your teachers. They could say things, or they could do things to you that would make you angry, or makes you like you want to respond immediately. But no, you need to take a pause and choose your response. So to pause and respond, we are going to practice something called box breathing. It's one of the sheets that has been shared to you. The second one, box breathing. Now, box breathing is a way of practicing mindfulness. So it just says so this is box breathing. It just says you breathe for 4 seconds, you breathe in 4 seconds, you hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 4 seconds, right? And it helps you in the moment of anxiety, in the moment of something that you should respond. It gives you that ability to choose your response, to calm yourself down. So we're going to practice it for 4 seconds. I'm going to count 4 seconds, then you guys will breathe in, then you hold for 4 seconds, then you breathe out for 4 seconds. So that is box breathing. So now let's go. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Are you breathing in? Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you feel? How do you feel? Now you can use this even when you have to, let's say you are supposed to speak in class, right? And then you're feeling anxious about it. Just before you get up to speak, you can just practice box breathing. It's giving you the ability to calm yourself down and to be proactive, to choose your response. So that is one technique that you guys can hold on to, and then you use it. So now if someone says something to you that you're supposed to react, right, and be angry, you need to take a pause, and you can just practice box breathing and think about your response, right? So that you don't become just a reactive person. Do you understand? Are we good? Okay, so now under pause and respond, let's not forget that God has given us some gifts. And what are the gifts? The gifts that God has given us is self-awareness. I know emotional intelligence, this word came up. I think I saw it just this morning. And then imagination. And then you have your conscience. And then you have your willpower. Now, if I am to give you this, you can say yes or no, right? I'm giving you this. Do you want it? Yes. The same way you can say no. So that means you have the willpower. You know, you have the power to choose. So let's use the power that we have to choose our response. Let's not be reactive people. That's for the common people. We are all leaders, right? You've had a whole week of leadership class. So now leaders are supposed to be proactive, and you have to choose your response. So now let's go to the second habit. The second practice. It says, focus on your circle of influence. Now there are two circles in life. One is called the circle of concern, and the other is called the circle of influence. Let me explain this to you. The circle of concern means that things that we worry about, but we don't have control over them. Am I clear? Yeah. And the circle of influence is the things that we have influence over, the things that we can change. That's the circle of influence. So who can give me an example of something that we cannot control in life? Who can quickly come again? Skin color. You know? I didn't choose to become black. This is how I was born. Can I change my color? No. Okay, so what are the things that we can change? Come again? Your friends. Your friends is your circle of your circle of influence. You can choose your friends. Now, these two circles in life, if you focus on your circle of concern, you make the circle of influence small. And if you focus on a circle of influence, you make the circle of concern small. So, as a proactive person, you want to focus on your circle of influence so that you can narrow your circle of concern. Now, let me give you an example. You are a basketball player, right? And your coach didn't select you. Can you change your coach's decision? What can you do to change your coach's decision? By what? By becoming your best. And by becoming your best, that is your circle of influence. This is in your power to practice more and to show your coach that you are the best guy, or to show your coach that you have to be chosen. But if you sit in your house and you cry every day and cry and cry and cry that you were not selected, what are you doing? That's your circle of concern that you are what? You are making bigger. Instead, you have to get yourself, pick yourself up, go out there, practice, shoot the balls, and then the next time maybe your coach will select you. Now, if you say you are not good at mathematics, can we have some quiet silence here? If you say you are not good at math, what can you do to make sure that you are in control, your circle of influence? By studying. So as a proactive person, you have to what? Focus on your circle of influence. Any questions so far? Do you understand? Okay, you have a question? You did this? Okay, good. So now, what are we going to be focusing on? Our circle of concern or our circle of influence? All of you? Circle of influence. So let this word stick in your mind. Circle of influence. The things that you can control. If someone says you are not beautiful, can you control how this person sees you? Remember, we spoke about paradigms. That's how the person sees the world. So you let the person go with their own, with their own paradigm, and you focus on yourself. Now, you focus on your circle of influence by what? By becoming the best version of yourself. By building yourself up. So that's all about the circle of influence. Now we're going to go to the next habit, the next practice. So everything is here, the practices. I'm just explaining them. So let's go to the next practice. So the next practice says, use proactive language. Now, if you are going to be a proactive person, the way you talk has to change. Now, this is how reactive people talk. It's not my fault. It's not your fault, right? That's how reactive people talk. I can't. There's nothing I can do. I can't go to school again. I can't get up early in bed and get ready for school. I can't. The word I can't is for reactive people. If you want to be proactive, you have to use words like, I take responsibility. I take responsibility. You are giving yourself the power to choose. You are giving yourself the power to influence your life. So now we're going to practice something here. These two boxes here, I may not be able to, but I can. So we're going to frame a sentence with I may not be able to, but I can. Think about it this way. Look into your life, something that you don't have now, something that you are not good at now. It's going to be, I may not be able to do this now, but I can. I can. Then you put it, you substitute what you are going to do to be able to do that thing that you cannot do. So who can go first? Okay, let me go first. I may not be able to become the director of my company now, but I will keep building myself up. I will keep building good network, with my colleagues. I will keep being a good employee, and then finally I will become. So now who can, do you understand? The room is really quiet. Do you understand? Okay, so who can go next? You're going to phrase a sentence with I may not be able to, but I can. Okay. And then let it reflect something in your life that you don't have right now, something that you're working towards, right? Maybe I may not be able to get straight A's now, but I will keep studying, and I know I can. I can get it. I know I can make straight A's. Do you understand? I may not be good at mathematics right now, but I will practice every day, and I know I can be better. So who's going to go next? Okay, you raise up your hand. Let's go.
I may not be good at rugby right now, but with time and practice, I can.
With time and practice, you can. Okay, that's brilliant. Now, next. Who's next? Okay. That's amazing. That's amazing. I may not be good at drawing right now, but by watching videos on YouTube and by practicing, I can become better. So, it's all being proactive. So you are not saying, I don't know how to draw, I can't. No, that's being reactive. You're trying to be proactive. So you are changing your language as well. Do you understand? Now, Malachi. Yeah.
I may not have a job right now, but in the near future I will have one.
No, what will you do to get a job?
Apply.
That's brilliant. I may not have a job right now, but I'll keep applying. You know, some people don't apply, right? You know, reactive people, they won't apply to the job. They will say, oh, there are no jobs. Do you understand? But he is saying that he's going to choose his response by applying to the jobs, and he will get it. Can we have some silence? Okay, so now, who is next? I want someone also from this side. Okay. You may not be able to what? Okay. Beautiful. With practice and studies, I can. Okay, so do we all understand this simple exercise? Do we understand? Do we understand? Do we understand? Okay, so we're going to move on to habit 2. Now, what did you learn from habit 1? Quickly. Who can tell me what they've learned from habit 1? Quickly, quick one.
To be proactive, being more strong and reactive person.
How to be proactive. Okay. Wow. Habit 1. Just something quick. How to use proactive language. Quiet. Pay attention. Okay. Next. What you learned from habit 1? Influence. Wow, that's brilliant. How to focus on your circle of influence, what you can control. Okay, now we're going to go to the second habit. Habit 2. Okay. Quiet. Can we pay attention? Can we pay attention? Now, habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. Quiet. Please, let's be quiet. You came here to study, to learn. Don't get distracted. Oh, you guys are. They want the dog closed. Okay, so habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. That is the principle of purpose. The principle of what? Purpose. Now, who has heard the word purpose? When we say purpose, what does it mean? Come again?
I heard it in my science experiment.
You had purpose in your science experiment.
Purpose?
Okay. Who understands purpose? When you say purpose?
It's like the reason why they're doing this, or there's a reason behind something.
Beautiful. Now I want us to be very attentive on this habit, habit 2. It's a very important habit. Now, purpose. If you don't know the purpose of something, you end up abusing it. You end up not using it well. Right now, you guys have mobile phones, right? If you give a mobile phone to my 10-month-old baby, I have a 10-month-old baby at home, she's going to smash this on the floor. Why? Because she doesn't know the purpose of the mobile phone. Do you understand? And now, to be effective people, we are saying that we're going to begin with the end in mind. Now, when you begin something and you have the end in mind, it means that you are being purposeful, or it means that you know your purpose. So, purpose doesn't mean you have to know your entire future right now. Purpose doesn't mean you have to know your entire future right now. Purpose means that you're going to live intentionally. Are we clear? So, there's a Bible quotation I have here. It says, Esther chapter 4 verses 4. Now, who knows the story of Esther? How many of you have read the story of Esther or have heard the story of Esther? You all know the story of Esther, right? You all know the story of Esther, right? Okay. You don't know the story of Esther? You don't know? Okay. So Esther, the story of Esther is about a poor little girl who was raised by her uncle. The uncle's name is called Mordecai. And let's say the city that they lived in, the king was searching for someone to marry, right? So Esther's uncle told Esther to go forward and be part of the competition. Now Esther goes, and Esther is now chosen to become the queen. And then in the city, there's another guy that's envious or that for some reason is angry at the Jewish people. Now, mind you, Esther is a Jew. And this guy wants to now kill all of them. This guy was working for the king, right? So now Mordecai, who is the uncle of Esther, has to now approach Esther to beg the king so that their lives will be spared. And now Mordecai says something to Esther. It's a very profound statement. He said, if you stay silent right now, help will come from elsewhere. But maybe you were made a queen for just a time as this. Maybe you were made a queen for such a time as this. Now that is purpose. Remember I said purpose doesn't mean you know everything about your life, but it means that you're going to be intentional. So maybe I came to Canada, because I'll be talking to you guys right now. That's the purpose. Maybe your parents moved from Nigeria and brought you here because you're supposed to become great in future, right? Maybe you were not born in Africa, you were born here because of something God wants to use you for, right? Maybe you attend the school you are attending because you're supposed to meet someone who is going to be important to you in life. Maybe you are reading the course you are reading today, or maybe you go to university and study a certain course because God is going to use you to become something useful, right? So life is about purpose. Life is about purpose. Now, the common people, this is how they see life. Let's watch the common people. The common people, they say, oh, I go with the flow. I go with the flow. They have no purpose. I go with the flow, right? And the highly effective people, what we want to become, they say, well, I define my vision and purpose. So they say, by clearly defining my vision and purpose, it will help me shape my future. Are we clear? Are we clear? Guys, are you paying attention? Okay. If you don't pay attention, then it means you are wasting your time because you are here to learn something, right? So, we are going to choose the paradigm of the effective people. They say, I will define my vision. I will define my purpose. Why were you born? Why are you here in Canada? Why do you attend the school that you attend? It's for a purpose. So now, with this, there's some exercise that we're going to do quickly. We're going to create a personal mission statement. We're going to create a personal mission statement. And when we say a mission statement, it's a statement that guides your life. It could just be as simple as, I want to be the kindest person in the room. I want to be the best version of everything the best version in everything that I do, whether in sports, whether in academics. I want to be a good child to my parents. It's simple things. So I'm going to guide you on how we can create a mission statement. Now you have this sheet in front of you. Have you seen it? So I'm going to help you to create a mission statement for your life so that we can have purpose. So now let's go to the next slide. Now, who can read this? This is someone's mission statement. Who can read it? Yes? Who can read this?
Never stop learning, growing, and questioning.
Never stop learning, growing, and questioning. That's someone's mission statement. This is a mission statement of an elementary school. Who can read it? Who can read this mission statement? What does it say? Yes. Developing leaders one child at a time. So now we are all going to write a mission statement by the time we leave here. And we're going to walk through. So let's go to the next slide. So these are the things that we're going to look at to write our mission statement. Now, one, I want you to turn the sheet and write down the names of 3 people who inspire you. write their names. 3 people who inspire you. It could be your father, it could be your teacher, your friend.
Oh,
Pencil.
me, myself, and I.
Come up with, it could even be maybe a story book that you read, a movie that you watched, right? Maybe a character in the Bible, right? So,
do they have to be real? Let's go. One.
Yeah, someone that inspires you has to be real, right? Yeah. 3 people. You don't have a pencil? Okay, Sarah is going to give you guys pencil. No. Yeah, so write the names of 3 people that inspire you, and then write one quality that they have, right? That inspires you. Write the quality. They are kind, they are caring, you know, they are hardworking. Write those qualities down. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess what really inspires me is my happy day. He is nothing short of the celestial.
Get a pencil. Okay, who is done? If you're done, raise your hand. If you're done, write the names of 3 people in your life that inspire you. And also write 3 qualities. One quality for each. So if you say your dad, let's say my dad is hardworking. If you say mom, my mom is caring. If you say my brother, because my brother is kind, then you write the kind.
Back your page.
3
people that inspire.
Yes, it can be outside your family, it can be anybody. It can even be a character in the Bible. Let's say Moses, let's say Caleb, let's say Jesus. You know, anybody that inspires you. You know, just write their names and write one quality that inspires. So we're going to write a mission statement.
Who's rich? No, I'm thinking of who's rich. They're always going to inspire me.
Bill Gates.
Okay, so who is done? If you're done, raise your hand.
A rich female.
Okay,
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you're done, raise your hand. Who is done? Okay, now. Okay, so the next task is that, you know, write down 3 key roles that you play. So let's say, I'm going to define this. I am a husband. I'm married. I'm a husband. I'm also a father because I have a 10-month-old baby. And I am also a worker because I work for a company. So these are the 3 roles that I play in my life.
Because you guys are very late.
How's it going? No, so what are you going to do is that? What do you like about him? What's the quality? It's nice, it's quite nice. Jesus died for us, so sacrifice.
What 3 roles do you play?
Okay, so yeah, if you need help, you can call me. I'll come to you and explain it to you. If you need help, how's it going?
Give me a challenge.
What is your
So they're writing mission statements. What is your mission statement? Write your mission statement. So that will come up. And yeah, the first mission statement. So write 3 people. No, how many people? Sorry, please, this one just came. Can you just update them a bit?
Okay.
Yeah, I watched them.
Sure.
So if, listen, Chief, this man is explaining to your sister.
Okay. So now, what we are doing now is we are going to write a mission statement, right? That's the second habit we are working on. So the first thing you have to do is to write down the names of 3 people in your life that you admire. It could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be your friend. Write their names and write what makes you like them. So if you write your father, maybe your father is kind, you write kind. If you write your mother, maybe your mother is caring, you write caring. If you write your friend whose name is John, maybe John is so smart, you write hard. So that's the first one. So let's get that done. Okay? Yeah, you need a pencil? Oh, you have? You didn't? Okay, so I'll get it. Okay. So if you are done, raise your hand, please. If you are done,
You guys, hey, man, like, just go to the back, I'll find something for you, right? Okay. I want to find a
what is it? This dude is Tim. Okay. Quiet. So I'm going to explain to you again. Can we pay attention? I'm going to explain the activity we are doing again for the sake of those who just joined. So the second habit is about beginning with the end in mind, living life with a purpose. And we talked about the common people, how they see life. So the common people see life like, I go with the flow. They have no vision for themselves. But to be an effective leader, you need to have a vision. You need to have a vision. And to have a vision, you need to have a statement that guides you in life. That's all we're trying to write. We are trying to write that statement. Can we be quiet? It can be a simple statement as, I want to be always kind. Or I want to work hard at everything. Whether sports, whether academics, whether in church, I want to work hard. That becomes a statement that guides your life. And now we are trying to write this statement. So now, to help you write the statement, I'm saying, write down the names of 3 people in your life, just 3, that you like, or they inspire you, right? And so if you write their names, then you write one quality for each. I'm not saying write a long thing. It can be a quality as kind, nice, hardworking. Do you get it? So the 3 people could be your mom. My mom is caring. My dad is hardworking. My sister is obedient. Right? Just one quality. Then the next thing is that you will write the names of 3 roles that you play. So what are the roles that you play? You are a student. You are also a daughter. You could also be a sister to somebody. Right? So you write these 3 roles that you play. That's the task. So who is finished so far? Okay, that's a lot of people who are done. Okay, so I'm going to give those who just came or those who are still working on it, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Let's get it done quickly. If you need help, raise your hand. I'll come to you and help you. Let's go. Okay, if you need help, you call me, I'll come and explain to you. Are we done? Okay, now attention. Now let's continue for the sake of time. So now we are done writing the 3 roles that we play, right? The 3 roles that each of you play. Now, along that 3 roles, how do you want to be seen in those 3 roles that you play? So let's say you wrote a role like I'm a daughter. Think about it. How do you want your parents to see you? If you want your parents to see you as a good child, you write good. If you want your parents to see you as a hardworking child, write hardworking. If you want your parents to see you as a nice child, write nice. Then you go to the next role, sister. How do you want to be seen as a sister to your brother, to your siblings? I want my siblings to know me as the kindest, but then you write kind. So now, let's go. The 3 roles, how do you want to be seen in those 3 roles? Write it down. How do you want to be seen in the 3 roles? Are you done? Do you understand? So the 3 roles, what are the 3 roles? The 3 roles that you play could be a brother, could be a sibling, could be a student. You understand? And then you write how you want to be seen in the 3 roles. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. Do you understand? You can help me. Okay, so you're a daughter. How do you want to be seen as a daughter? So who doesn't understand what we are doing? Who doesn't understand what we are doing? You don't understand? Let me see where you are. Where are you at? Mom, hard work. Okay, so now you're student, son. How do you want your teachers to see you? How do you want to be seen as a son? You want to be seen as what? I'm good at mathematics. Happy. Wow. And then what else? I'm going to use yours to show everybody, right? And then what do you want to ask? How is it going? Do you understand? Are you working on it? Do you have any questions?
Say hi.
Sister, how do you want to see? How do you want to see? Hi, welcome.
Wow, that's been high. How are you? Mama, wait,
Okay, how's it going? Wow.
I needed a razor. That's how I want my family to see me. You know, I make them all the time.
Okay.
Eraser. I put off the eraser. If the right look is good. Can I borrow your eraser?
Okay, now we're going to wrap up. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to gather themes. Now when we say gather themes, all the things that you wrote, there are some words that are common. Who has common words? Who has some common words with all the things you wrote? Smart is the common word, right? Okay, what are the common words? Hardworking. Nice. Okay. Kind. Okay, so now with the common words, now you come up with the mission statement. So if your common word is hardworking, your mission statement is I want to be hardworking in life. If your mission statement is nice, I want to be nice all the time. Right? Are we clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? Okay, so who can read their mission statement to us? Now with this, who has come up with their mission statement? What's your mission statement?
I want to try my best to be hard working in every environment that I find myself in, whether work, school, or play.
Wow, that's really detailed and really spot on. I want to try my best to be hardworking wherever I find myself, whether school, work, or even playing. Wow, that's beautiful. Like, okay, who else? So on this table we have one. We're going to go one per table. Who's going to talk on this table? Are you done? Mission statement. Who has something to say for this table? Anybody? Okay. I'm going to come to this table. Who has something to say? Their mission statement. I want someone from the back here. Mission statement. Who has something to read to us? For Paul? Mission statement. Okay. Rule the world. Rule the world. Rule the world. Okay, come on. Mission statement. Who has? You want to tell us yours? Oh, count, but it don't count. It counts, yeah.
To love God and love others.
Wow. So to love God is to love others. So this guides you in your work, right? Read it. Okay. So now we're done with writing mission statement. Any question? Any question? Okay, no question. We're going to move to the next slide. Okay, so now the third habit. Can we pay attention? Can we look on the screen? The third habit is what? Put first things first. Now this is about time management. Put first things first. Can we pay attention? Put first things first. If you want to be an effective leader in everything that you do, you have to know how to put first things first. Now let's look at the common people, how they see life. Now everybody look. The common people say what? I don't have time, I'm too busy. That's the common way of, that's the common paradigm. And paradigm is how we see life. It's the lens through which we see the world. But we want to adapt the highly effective paradigm. And how do we say? Can we all read? If you can read what's on the time. I protect time for what's important. I protect time for what's important. Now, we've come here to study throughout the week, but yet some of you are on your phones. Some of you are messaging. Some of you are doing chit-chatting, talking when you are supposed to be listening. You are not protecting time for what's important. You are going by the flow. You are going by the flow of how things are done, the normal way of living life. But no, we want to be effective. We want to live life protecting time for what is important. So we're going to go deep into the habits and the practices that we have to what? The things we have to do to be able to live this habit. So now, the practice number 1 says, focus on priorities and eliminate the unimportant. Focus on priorities. The second habit says, plan every week. I'm going to teach you how to plan every week. The third practice says, stay true in the moment of choice. So now we can go next. So go to the next slide. So now, if you look at the screen, we have this planner here that says plan your week. Plan your week. If you want to be an effective person, there's something called to-do list. Who has heard to-do list before? If you've heard to-do list, raise your hand. Okay, good. Put your hands down. I was in high school when my teacher taught us to-do list. To-do list. So before you wake up, you need to do your quiet time, or you spend time before God. You need to write the things that you're going to do for that day. Most of you are, you're all in school. You need to come up with a timetable. How do you want to live your day? How do you want to live your week? You know? You don't just go to school and come home and a friend calls you, let's go play outside, and you go. No. That's how the common people live their lives. You need to be able to have a plan. You need to have what? A to-do list. It could be a small sheet of paper, then you write. I want to study math at this time. I want to go to church at this time. I want to help my parents with house chores at this time. I want to do this at this time. You have to be able to plan all of it. And that's why we are talking about priorities. You have to what? To find your priorities. Are we clear? Any question? Okay. So, we're going to go to the next slide. Now, I want everybody to look at this slide. There's something I want you guys to take away from this slide. It's called the moment of choice. The moment of choice. Now, remember, everything we are learning is to make us very effective and to make us leaders. Now, when you choose to do something, you have to protect that choice. Okay, good. Now, the moment of choice, when you choose to do something, remember we are talking about putting first things first. So when you choose to play basketball, you have to protect that moment of time that you are using it to play basketball. You're going to have all these distractions. Now look at all these arrows that are attacking the moment of choice. All these things are attacking your moment of choice. It could be messages, social media, likes on Instagram or whatever accounts that you guys have. Social media, mobile phones. These are all distractions that are going to come to attack your moment of choice. Now, who can tell me the moment of choice right now? What have you guys chosen to do right now? What's your moment of choice? Who can tell me what you are doing now? What's your moment of choice for coming here? What's your moment of choice? To be here, right? To decide or to choose that I'm going to come to this youth conference. Are you listening? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Hello? What's your name? What? What? Tamsi. Kamsi. Okay, good. So now, the word I want you guys to take home is the moment of choice. The moment of choice. So now I'm going to just demonstrate something. Let's say you've chosen to help your parents at home with chores, right? That's your moment of choice. And your friend messages you, come out, let's go play. How are you going to deal with that?
I would say no for that.
You will say no, and because you have the choice, you have the willpower to what? To stand your grounds and to say no. Right? The moment of choice. The moment of choice. Anything that you choose to do with your time, after you have planned your day, after you have planned your week on your to-do list, you have to protect that time. That's why effective people say, I protect time. I protect time to do what? You can read from this. What's the effective paradigm for habit 3? For what's most important. I protect time for what's most important. So let's protect our time. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by your phones. Don't get distracted by social media. Don't get distracted by talking. You know, when you choose to do something, right now you've chosen to come to this program to learn, but still there are distractions, right? Still, you are not protecting your moment of choice. And that's not how leaders behave. If you're a leader, you have to protect your time, the moment of choice. Are we clear? Okay, any question on habit 3? So habit 3 is about what? Put first things what? Okay, and what are some of the things you can do to put first things first? What are some of the things you can do to put first things first? To what? To-do list. To follow your to-do list. What else?
No, I have a question.
Yeah, okay, question.
How can you be a common person if you're too busy to do most of the things that you have to?
How can you be a common person?
Yeah.
If
Like
you're
the
too.
statement you made for the common person was like,
Yeah, the part. Can we go back? Okay.
yeah, you're like, oh, I have to do this because I'm
Yeah.
too busy. You said that's a common person statement.
Yeah.
How come they don't get distracted by other things because they're too busy?
Okay, now, beautiful. Let's not forget that it's not being too busy that makes you effective. Some people can be too busy, but they are not being what? Effective. Are we clear? Some people can be too busy, but they are not being effective. As we are here,
But being highly effective
yeah,
can also mean different things for different people.
yeah.
You said
I protect time for what's most important.
I protect time for what's most important.
Yeah.
What if some people find other things more important than other things?
Yeah,
What
so,
if they find partying out with their friends more important than studying?
yeah, so that's what's important to them, right?
Yeah. So that's not highly effective because you're not putting priorities straight now.
Exactly. So that's why we are dealing with the habit, right? That's why we are saying what? Prioritize. No, are we following the conversation? That's why we are saying what? Prioritize. And that's why we've dealt with habit 1 that says what? Proactive. Habit 2 that says what? Begin with the end in mind. So why would you go partying and leave your books there? Do you have a purpose? Do you have the end in mind? Right? If you have the end in mind, you will know that I have an exam to write, so I'm not going
to... The person probably had an end in mind that he was going to party.
Okay. Okay, so fine. So it's all about your priorities, right? Nobody's going to say, don't ever party, don't ever take your phone, don't ever do this. Whatever we are learning here is to help us to become effective. And in being effective, we are saying put first things first. So if you think that you're going to put partying before your studies, that's what you put in first, right? Right? And let's not forget that there's a circle in one of the slides that says, see, do, get. Whatever you see, that's what you do, and that's what you get. So if you see that with you, you have to party ahead of your books, what are you going to get in the end? Maybe bad grades. Bad grades. Right? So leave people to do what they want to do, and then you just follow the habits that's going to make you an effective leader. Now that's a very brilliant discussion. Do you understand my point, or you still have more questions? You sure you're okay? No, I understand convinced.
I got it.
Okay. Any more question? Any more question on the habit 3? To put first things first. So when you wake up, make sure you do your to-do list, and whatever you put on the list, make sure you protect that moment of choice. You stay true to it. Don't get distracted. Now we're going to move to habit 4 quickly. Okay, so habit 4 is it says think win-win. Think win-win. It's the principle of what? Abundance. Think win-win. Now this habit, it ties into emotional intelligence. And you guys studied emotional intelligence throughout the week or during the week. So what is the common paradigm? How people, the common people, how they see life. Who can read this? The common paradigm. Okay.
The more you get, the less there is for me.
The more you get, the less there is for me. That's how common people see things, right? But we want to be highly effective and think about abundance. Now, the abundant people think that there is more than enough for everybody. There is more than enough for what? For everybody. There is more than enough for everybody. Now, what are the practices that we're going to look at? So we're going to look at balancing courage and consideration, and then consider other people's wins as your win. Consider other people's win as your win. So let me give you an example. Let's say in class, there is one student that's so good at everything. This guy is good at basketball, this guy has good grades, and you are barely making it through. Right? So the think abundance is you have to think about it this way, that this guy that is so good at everything, it doesn't mean that you can't also become great at something. Because everybody can become great. Everybody can become good at something. Are we clear? So we have to have the mindset that there is more than enough for what? Everybody. The fact that someone is being praised in class, or someone is always getting straight A's and you are not getting it, it doesn't mean that you can't also make straight A's. There is abundance. So you have to change your mindset and think about life this way, that everybody can win. And if your friend wins, it doesn't mean that you lost. If your friend wins, it means that you also won. Think about it this way. If somebody, are we paying attention? Are we clear? Oh, I'm going too fast. If you have a question, you can ask me. If something is not clear, you can ask me. Any question? You guys are all good, you understand? Okay, so what are some examples of thinking win-win? Who can give me an example of thinking win-win? If you understand. Yes. Yeah, that's absolutely great. Okay.
I think my favorite example is like in sports.
Yeah.
You know, I find
let's pay attention.
you often like sometimes like I want like you got the classic ball hog.
Yeah.
It's all about like me getting better, but like if I pass to you and we get better as a team, I get better and we get better. It's a win-win.
Absolutely. That's how we should see life. Right? That your friends win is your win. And this plays out especially in sports or even in class. Right? Back in Africa, where I come from in Ghana, you know, in school, people want to be first. So they end up hiding questions. They end up, you know, not even teaching their friends. But no, you have to think abundant. Think that your friend's win is your win. If you know something and your friend doesn't know, teach your friend. Do you understand? Don't hide information. If you have things that can help your siblings, give it to them. So let's change our mindset. Let's think win-win. There's room for everybody. Think about the world. Look at how the plants, look at how they bear fruit in abundance. Things are in abundance. Look at the waters. There are too much of them. The sky is so wide for everybody. So we have to see life this way, that we can all get to the top. Do we understand? Are we clear? Okay, now if there's any question, you can raise your hand before we move to the next habit. We're moving to the fifth habit now. Okay, you can stay here. Okay. So now, if you're going to think win-win, that means that you have to be courageous to speak up. And I like you. You're very courageous. You spoke your mind. You spoke what you didn't understand, right? So in class, you have to speak up. Think abundance, right? You have to have the courage to also listen to somebody's views. Are we clear? If you want to be an effective leader, don't think that only you must speak or only you knows everything. No, you need to be able to balance your courage with your consideration. So you should be able to listen to other people. You should be able to speak and listen. Are we clear? Okay. So we're going to move to the next habit. So the next habit, we are almost getting there. We are now on habit 5. The habit 5 says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. It's the principle of respect. If you want to be an effective leader, you need to be respectful. You know, you need to be respectful. And in being respectful, these are the common people think. I need to get my point across. I need to speak my mind. I don't even care about what you think. That is not being an effective leader. That's a commoner. But highly effective paradigm is that I want to communicate effectively. Now, communication is a two-way affair, right? If you communicate, who understands communication? Communicating. Yeah. No, like you understand, right? Communication is a two-way affair. I'm saying something, and what you are getting what I'm saying. So there's a feedback. So seek first to understand, then to be understood. That's the principle of what? Respect. So we're going to these are the practices of seeking first to understand and then be understood. One of the practices we're going to look at is listen empathically. And I'm happy, I think you spoke about empathic listening, right? On Wednesday, you guys did mental health, and you were taught empathic listening. So this one, I'm going to leave it to you. I'm going to let you educate me. So what is empathic listening? Let's talk about empathic listening. As an effective leader, you need to be an empathic listener. What is empathic listening? Okay. Yeah.
Get off your phone.
Empathic listening is like being able to like recognize like the person is recognize their emotions and being able to like relate to them. Like say I'm talking to you right now, like sad. Like I would like listen to you like I'd be like laughing or like maybe like kind of like some kind of like understanding like how to see you empathic and doing the ones like make you feel better, ones to understand the reason behind like this.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, who else understands empathic listening? Empathic listening. Who was in that class on Wednesday? Can you raise your hand if you were in that class on Wednesday? Empathic listening? Okay, yeah, that's quite a number. Okay, so who can give me a statement or who can give me an example of empathic listening? How you go about it? Who can? I want someone different. We're going to do some practice, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so if you want to be an empathic listener, first you have to start with what you see or what you are trying to understand the person, right? So you're going to go like, let's say, it sounds like, or I hear you, I can understand, right? And then you have to name a feeling. You have to name a feeling. So let's say your parents are feeling stressed because of something that they're going through. You understand? Your parents are feeling stressed because of something that they are going through. And you are trying to show empathy. You're trying to listen to them empathically. So you're going to go about it by first starting with a sentence 10, which is like, I can see, I can understand. Then you name a feeling. Let's say they are stressed, they are mad, they are worried, they are frustrated. You name that feeling. Then you give 3 reasons, which is because, 3 because or reasons. So for an example, your team member did not meet the deadline due to having headache and they are frustrated. I think this is a big example. Let's say, yeah, like I said, your parents are feeling stressed because you're going through something and you want to listen to them empathically. So you can say, I can understand why you're feeling stressed because I know, let's say you lost your job, or let's say you did an investment and the investment didn't go well, and because of that you're feeling stressed and you're feeling frustrated, So you are naming a feeling and you are also making them understand that you understand what they are going through. Are we clear? Okay, so I think on Wednesday some people gave examples. Who can give me an example of a statement? Who can make an empathic listening statement? Yeah. Who can?
I can make one on the spot.
Who can make an empathic listening statement? Okay.
I can understand you're feeling frustrated right now because you probably have a lot of work to do and this is quite overwhelming.
Brilliant. That's good. Who else? Okay.
Because you have exams coming up, you also have a volleyball tournament coming up, and your situation at home is hard.
You're absolutely correct. Now, empathic listening. Do you have anything to say? Empathic listening. On Wednesday, you guys dealt with that?
Basically, just understanding what people.
And how do you show you understand someone? How do you show? Absolutely correct. I can see that you are frustrated because you lost the game and it's making you sad, right? So you are naming a feeling and you're making the person understand that you get what they are going through. So that is all about listening empathically. So as a leader, you need to have this skill. You should be able to listen to. Whenever you are talking to someone, try and understand the person, right? And as you try to understand the person, you will be understood. So that is the habit 5. That's what habit 5 is talking about. Seek first to understand and then be understood. Don't be a commoner and say, I have to say my mind. No. Use the effective paradigm which says, I have to communicate. Are we clear? Any question? Any question on habit 5? Any question on habit 5? Do you have any question on habit 5? Are you listening? Okay, now we're going to move to the next habit. So now the next habit says synergize. Synergy, which is about the principle of what? Collaboration. Who understands the word collaboration? Okay. What does it mean? Working with other people. Who else? Collaboration. When we say collaborate, how do you understand collaboration? When you work with someone else, collaboration.
Collaboration is also when you
yeah, so it doesn't even have to be like the same idea. The fact that you're working with the person is collaboration, right? They can have a different idea from yours, but working together is collaboration. Okay, so that's correct, oh yes? Brilliant. When you come together with a number of people to work together at a common goal, that's collaboration. So now, the effective paradigm says if we work together, we will discover something better. You know, if we work together, we will discover something better. If you want to be an effective leader, you need to be able to work with other people. You have to know how to work with other people. We are all different people. I know in your class you have people that look different from you, but your ability to work with people, you know, people of different color, people of different race, different ethnic backgrounds. When we work together, when we collaborate, that there is power in that. So we're going to move to the next slide and then we'll look at. So now, practice 1 says value differences. Value differences. Are we paying attention? Value differences. Now, think about it this way. You know, when you are cooking, you bring together different ingredients, right? And then at the end of the day, you come up with what? A sumptuous meal, isn't it? So that is how life is. When you are able to work different, you're able to work with different people, you always come up with something that is good. So when you go to school, when you go to church, when you go to whatever, don't say, I want to work with people that are like me. I want to see people that are like me. No. If you want to be an effective leader, you should be able to have the confidence in yourself to still embrace other people. People of different color, people who speak differently, people who look differently. Are we clear? Now, any question on this? Some of you are into sports. What do you have to say about this, about working together? Those of you that are into sports. What do you have to say if you're into sports? Pardon?
being able to give your players playing time.
Being able to give your what?
Players playing.
Your players playing time. Okay, who else?
I feel like if you like want to work together as a team, I think for team, you have to understand like what your team members can do. Like say if like one of your team members is like strong and then one of them is like really fast, you have to be able to like work around it. So, like the fast person like kind of run on the jump if you like that or something. Like you have to be able to like understand there's like different skills and be able to use it to your advantage.
That's brilliant, right? She said everything. That is in valuing what differences. That is in valuing differences. So let's say in a sport, people come with different qualities. Someone may be faster than another. You have to be able to bring all these differences together. How you position the fast runner, how you position the one that's good at defending. So it's all about working together with different people. Learn how to work with different people. When you collaborate, we always achieve something bigger. So walk through life with this mindset, like a chef. You come in, you bring in different ingredients together to prepare something that is delicious. Are we clear? Any question? Any question? So we should move to the next habit. So after I'm going to ask you all the habits. So make sure you know all the habits by now. You have a question? Okay. As a team leader, okay, that's a good question. As a team leader, should you value consistency or diversity? That's a good question. As a team leader, should you value? Feel like diversity should value more. Okay, who else? As a team leader, do you want to value consistency or diversity? You don't get that. Okay, so diversity is different, right? You don't get a question. So as a team leader, will you value diversity or consistency? Diversity is different people. You like different people. Good. Okay, who else? Who else? Will you value diversity? Who else? Will you value diversity or okay? So consistency means getting the same results, right? Or not even the same result. Like let's say
Same approach.
the same approach. Good. Going by the same approach, right? Good. So let's say player number 6. Always player number 6, 5. Always, it means the team is being consistent, isn't it? Okay, so that's consistency, same approach. Will you go by consistency or diversity?
Trying something new.
I feel like it's better to go by diversity because if you go by consistency, people can analyze your company or your team or whatever and learn your strategies. And because if you're doing it consistently, you're going to be doing it over and over again. So it makes it very predictable for people to guess what your team may have to do.
Who else? Who else? Okay.
Like for this question, I will just think the result I want.
Okay.
So if the consistency is giving me the result I want, I'll go with it. If diversity is giving me the result, I'll just look at the end product.
The end product.
Not really the
so the end in mind.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's a very brilliant question. I'm actually struggling on which tangent to go actually because it's a very brilliant question. So I like what you just said, that you actually look at the end in mind, right? What you want to achieve, and then you go with that. Are we clear? Okay.
You have all the food right there. Congratulations. Stop complaining. You're right there. And diversity about consistency.
That's consistent. This is diversity.
Someone to replace the your team is never going to be able to do it, right? So you just asking.
Emphatic listening.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
LeBron, shit,
Like,
Did you miss basketball? You definitely
that's 27 points a game, bro.
you lost like the last few games, bro.
It's called the average for a reason.
Okay. Attention. Any questions from here? Any questions from this?
Yeah, no.
Bro, you good? You understand? The habit 6? Good? Okay. Any question from here on habit 6? Any question? No? Any question on habit 6? Now we're going to move to the final habit. So, if you have any question, let me know. We're going to move to the final habit. Okay, now let's move to the final habit, the habit 7. Habit 7 says, now I want all of us to read what habit 7 is about. You can read from your book, your sheet, if it's too far. Now let's go. Ready? Habit 7 is about what? Sharpen yourself. If you see here, it says sharpen the saw. But don't worry, it's still the same. And I'm going to explain it. So, habit 7 says sharpen yourself. Sharpen yourself. Now, what is the common paradigm?
I'm too busy to take care of myself.
I'm too busy to take care of myself. What is the effective paradigm?
I invest in myself so I can
I invest in myself so I can be what? My best. So, it's only one practice. It's only one thing that you have to practice to get this habit. Is you need to invest in your whole person. Let's pay attention to this. Now, habit 7 is a very important habit because it brings everything together, right? Okay, let's put consistency on the side. It's debatable. It's a good discussion. So now, habit 7 says invest in yourself. Invest in your whole self. Invest in yourself. Let's go to the next slide. So, now, there are 3 components of the human being, right? There are 3 components of the human being. 1 is your spirit, and 2 is your soul, and 3 is your body. Okay. So, man is a spirit, has a soul, and lives in a body. Now, habit 7 says you have to take care of your whole self. You have to take care of your whole self. Okay, question. Spirit and soul are not the same thing. I mean, people use it interchangeably, but they are not the same because the soul is about your emotions and your okay.
Body, mind, and soul.
Body, mind, and soul. So the mind is the soul, and the soul is the spirit. And so you can use it in that sense.
The soul is meant to consist of the soul.
Okay, so there's a scripture that says, come again? Okay, so now take this for me. Man is a spirit, has a soul, and lives in what? In a body. And okay, so now you can interchange it wherever you want. You can use spirit for soul, right? And use soul for mind. It's okay. The only thing you have to understand is that there are 3 components, isn't it? So we have to take care of ourselves. Now, let's look about the body. How can we take care of our body? There are some examples here. How can we take care of our body? How can we take care of our body? Quick, so that we wrap it up. How can we take care of our bodies? Yes? By taking your shower, yes? What? By participating in sports, exercising, yes? By eating healthy, right? So, there are a lot of ways to take care of your body. Now let's move to your spirit. So the spirit, or as some of you call it soul, is your connection with God, right? So how to take care of your spirit is going to church, reading your Bible, making sure you pray, you meditate, That's how you take care of your spirit. Then we talk about your soul. Now the soul is like your mind. You know, as some of you will say, your mind. And how do you take care of your mind? Who can give me an example of how to take care of your mind? By what? Meditation. By what? By sleeping well. It could even be reading books. By reading books. You know? Reading books.
Exercise.
Exercise for mind.
It can help, yeah, but sure. Right? So these are the ways in which you can invest in your spirit, in your soul, in your body. Now there's something also one here, it's called the heart. It's called the heart. How do you invest? Now the heart is also connected to your soul anyway. So by reading books, by investing in relationships, by following your mission statement, the mission statement that you wrote. Some of you said, I want to be a nice person, right? That means that you make choices that will make you nice, or choices that will make you give out your best. So that's a wrap of the 7 habits of an effective leader. And the next slide, please. Thank you. So the next slide is just about questions. And does anyone have any questions? So we wrap it up. It's 1 p.m. already.
The
heart, yeah, the heart is in your body.
Yeah, but it's just connected to your mind.
Because it's a soul, it's part of your soul. Right? It's part of your soul. You get it? Okay. Any questions?
All right. I didn't see you yesterday. Were you here yesterday? Okay. Oh, you didn't know what was going on, but you eventually came. All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. And this side, did you guys enjoy last 1 week? You had the fun, right? And with those of you who joined online, you enjoyed yourself. Yeah? Okay. So, what plans do you have for next year? Anybody? What do you want us to improve upon? Well, talk about yourself. Oh, we'll go to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. What do you want us to do next year to make this a great program? More meetings, Zoom meetings. Okay. All right. Now, he said he wants more Zoom meetings.
More in person.
More in person. Okay. You want more in person meeting, right? Yes. Okay, so beautiful. More in person meetings. Awesome. Okay, so what topics do you want us to include outside of the ones? Huh? What topics? Different types of leadership. It has to be on anything. I mean, leadership is not just one thing. We can talk about career, talk about athleticism, talk about other stuff. Go ahead. Arts. There are different kinds of arts. Is it music? Is it painting? Or you want art painting?
Talk about entrepreneurship.
Good one. Entrepreneur what? How to start businesses, how to run one. Okay. Music. Last year we had music class, music lessons. Okay, so probably we'll see what we can do with music. All right. Or interactive workshops like projects. You do projects. What kind of project?
Anyone that includes the topics we talk about.
Okay, projects on that. Okay. Yeah. Basketball. Don't worry, we're gonna have basketball clinic this summer. We're gonna have basketball clinic this summer. Sports in general. Okay. Sports in general. Beautiful. Okay, great. So pay attention, guys. Your contributions Your suggestions are noted. We'll see what we can do to improve it. And I want you to know that you've been taught a lot. It's time for you to go and demonstrate what you've learned. You're going back to school. It is time for you to demonstrate what you've learned. I want to leave this word of wisdom with all of you. Pay close attention. Right now, you might think your parents are responsible for your future. But I want to tell you that they are not. Your parents are not what?
Responsible for our future.
They are not. Their role is to guide you. But they have no power to decide your outcome. You have power to decide what? You have power to decide what? The next 5 years, where you're going to be in the next 5 years, will not be decided by your parents. They drove you here. They'll take you to play basketball, play volleyball, do all kinds of stuff. That's all they can do. They might probably talk to you. Don't do this, don't do this. But they are not always with you. So the next 5 years of your life, you are the one that will choose the outcome. The next 10 years of your life, whether you will be poor or rich, whether you have a degree or not, whether you will be in the street or in a 6-bedroom apartment, whether you will be in university or you will be a dropout, whether you will be a cashier in a grocery store or you are somewhere earning $250,000 US or anywhere in the world, whether you get married or not, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, all of these outcomes, you have the power to do what? To decide. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You have the power to do what?
Decide.
So I want you to go home, right where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years and in the next 10 years. Put it where you're going to see it. Leadership begins by you leading yourself. Leadership begins by you doing what? Leading yourself. And you cannot lead somebody to where you don't know. You can't tell somebody to stop doing something that you are also doing the same thing. And you're telling somebody to stop. You have to lead by example. If you're responsible and accountable, it's easier for people looking up to you to be responsible and what? Accountable. Because people do what they see mostly, not what you tell them. They do what they see. So I'm encouraging all of you to go home, write down where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years. You want to be in university or in college, or you want to be in the street. Write them down. Also, write down where you want to see yourself in the next 10 years. You want to be living in your own house, have a great job, a great career, have your own car, or you want to still live with your parents in the basement. Every time you write your vision down, you sow a seed. Every time you write your vision down, you do what? You sow a seed. We don't want in the next 5 years for any one of you to blame his or her parents. It is not your parents' fault if you don't succeed in life. it is going to be your fault. Next year, we want to see more people join you guys. We want to see probably 100 more youth join you guys. And we hope during that time we will have all of these other programs, the basketball, the track and field, the arts, the music, the interactive workshops. We'll probably have them all planned out for you guys. So there will be more in person than the Zoom. So I want to encourage all of you. I want you to know we are praying for you. We want you to succeed. This is Canada. There will be racism. There will be discrimination. There will be bullying. But don't let those things hinder you. Move forward. Move ahead. And if you work hard, you see the result. If you don't work hard, you still see the result. So take responsibility for your life. Make right choices. Make right decisions. The decisions you make today will also make you tomorrow. Choices you make today, those choices will make you what? Tomorrow. So begin to make right choices today if you want to see positive results tomorrow. Begin to make right choices. Go to bed on time. Don't play games till 2 a.m. Wake up, do your devotion, go to school. Everyone here must be in school. Don't join bad groups, don't join bad friends. Because you're a black man or a black person or a minority, once you join bad group, you will be the one they will capture first. Don't do something that will put you into a lot of problems. Don't do drugs. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Listen, don't do drugs. Don't join gangs. Don't join any gangs. All of these that I've been talking to you right now are very, very important because we want to be able to say that you attended the leadership workshop and you learned something that helped you in life. So God bless you, all of you, and continue to do your best. God is going to order your footsteps, and we'd like to see you back here during the summer. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I see it.
I'll explain that.
Okay, she'll talk to you about it. Yeah, it's it. Any other questions? All right.
What do we say to him?
Good job.
Thank you. Excellent work. All right, so we're going to be praying that our pizza will be there soon. All right, so just to start with this one, this flyer is for youth camp. If you are 13 plus, this is your camp. It's taking place July 7 to 11. It's in person. 5 days of in person. All right? So give it to your parents. If you want to sign up, just scan the QR code and you can. Kimberly. Benedict. David. Vinica. Joshua. Ugoke. The tall guy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Joshua, you play basketball?
Yeah.
Yes, you look like one. Nancy. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's right. It's 2 Kamsis. I have 2 David, 2 Joshua's, 2 Kamsis. It's amazing. Kimberly, why do you have Kimberly twice? I love you so much, right? Okay. Amanda. Let's appreciate her. Kaima. Sophia. I appreciate that. They're hungry. They love food. Go ahead. You guys are gonna be here. Gerald. Guys, clap. Izuta.
I'm pretty low.
Deborah. Ethan. Malachi. Secret. All the tall boys and black. One. Oh, one at the end.
He's 5'10", without Air Force Center. Go back and sit down.
Precious, your name is not you, right? No, not you. Iroluwa Joshua. Yo, Ben Precious. Yes, Isabel. Guys, check your certificate, make sure I'm not giving you two. And those two, you're sitting down because you didn't come for class. You're looking back, you. So you just don't find yourself here. You put it in. Eh? Perfect. You didn't register. That's why you don't have to leave. Alright, so I want to take a picture with your certificate. David. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, let me take a picture. Alright, tall one at the back. And 60, yeah, we will. Well, David, I'll give it to her because David doesn't know about it. Alright, guys, go support them. Let's go support them. Alright? And make sure. Alright, boys, I can see you're blocking my basketball ball. Alright, so don't use it. Don't cover your face. Tati, I'm not seeing you. No, Alright. Okay. Keep going. I'm not a sass. Alright. Okay, guys. Alright. I don't want this coming out. All right, don't let the certificate block your face. Kimberly, it's blocking your face.